What it do, YouTube? This your boy Pound for Pound Boxing Real News. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification if you want to be notified. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at P4P Boxing Real News. Give me a second. Yo, man, so what's going on? What's going on? So, Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz is looking like it's going to be in the works. It's looking like that's the next fight to be made. It's looking like Ryan Garcia in 2022 is expected to make a big comeback. He wants to go for a guy that his contemporary has already fought, which is Isaac Cruz, and he wants to make a big statement. Let me he took to his Twitter, and he said, "Come, Isaac Cruz. You said I have a glass chin. That all I focus on is IG. You'll find out what I'm made of since you signed that contract. Tired of reading your interviews when you have a contract waiting for you." He says, "Putting my head down and getting the job done in 2022. I'm ready to push forward, silence the noise, and be who I am. 25-0, that's the goal. First step, get Isaac Cruz to fight and stop wasting time. Coming from a guy that says he'll fight me in my patio, he's sure it takes long." He also says, "I'm feeling so sharp and strong, actually faster than I was before. It's kind of crazy. Can't wait. Kind of feels like I was in the hyperbolic chamber from DBZ." Okay. So he's stating that he feels stronger. You know what I'm saying? He's coming back better. This 2022. Now, he does want to challenge somebody like Isaac Cruz. So where does that put Tank at? You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia. Everybody, making comments about Ryan Garcia saying this and that, but he's trying to get Isaac Cruz in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So if he does accomplish to get someone like Isaac Cruz, which, as we saw versus Tank, was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a fight that a lot of people didn't expect Isaac Cruz to come in and do such a performance and neutralize a lot of what Tank was bringing to the table, which was his power, right? So that's a worthy opponent for Ryan Garcia, somebody that's coming off of a year layoff because he fought last January something. So coming off of a layoff, and also an injury and mental health issues, right? So we don't know what Ryan is about, but obviously, he feels confident that he will be back in the ring soon and with a worthy opponent that people deem worthy of, right? Now, how is Ryan Garcia gonna do against Isaac Cruz, right? Do we expect Ryan Garcia to knock Isaac Cruz out? Now, the thing is, Ryan Garcia does have very fast hands, does have really good athleticism, isn't as flat-footed in the ring, right? Now, he has long arms, but his defense is lacking. Okay, so that's one thing about Ryan Garcia. His defense lacks, as we saw in the previous fight versus Luke Campbell when he gets dropped. Okay, chin all in the air and he gets caught. Right. Isaac Cruz is a guy that he's a pit bull. That's his nickname, right? He's a pit bull in the ring. The dude's head is made out of bricks or something. You know what I'm saying? You're most likely gonna break your hand trying to headhunt that guy, right? He's also 5'4". You know, Ryan Garcia is 5'10". Okay, so the body's pretty much out of question for Ryan Garcia to go to Isaac Cruz's body, right? And we know Ryan Garcia has really good body work. Okay, that's how he got Luke Campbell out, with a left hook to the body. Now, with that being out the question, right? You got an opponent that's 5'4". What will Ryan Garcia have to do? Well, he's gonna have to defend his body, okay? Because Isaac Cruz will definitely be chomping at his body. It's no other way around it. But he has to try to neutralize Isaac Cruz to stop pressuring so much. So he's gotta bring something that is gonna make Isaac Cruz not pressure him as much as he would, right? Initially. That's the way that I see. Can Ryan Garcia knock out Isaac the Pitbull Cruz? We don't know. We would have to see, right? I'm not calling no knockouts because we saw Isaac Cruz against a guy that's known for knocking guys out and didn't get knocked out, okay? Ryan Garcia could be different. He could come in the next fight and knock him out, but we would have to see. As simple as that. I wouldn't call no knockout in that fight. I would think that Ryan Garcia would go in there. He would win. He's more talented. He could probably outbox him. You know what I'm saying? So I would pick Ryan Garcia to win, but I wouldn't pick him to win by knockout just for the simple fact that I respect Isaac Cruz's chin. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's good, Surgeon? What's good, bruh? What's going on? Brown going one? How y'all, man? How y'all doing? Johnny Blaze says Ryan knocking him out. What's good, Johnny Blaze? Yeah, bro. I mean, it could happen. It could definitely happen. Now, if Ryan Garcia does knock out somebody like Isaac Cruz, how do we look at Ryan Garcia in the division? You know what I'm saying? In this division that's heating up. You know what I mean? This division, you got guys that have already been there, that are already there, and they're really good. And you got guys that are up and coming and are really good. So this division is only getting better, guys. The only thing now is to get these guys inside of the ring, right? Surgeon says, I got Ryan late knockout. True. Yeah, man, but this division is only heating up. It's only heating up. I believe that it's probably the best division in boxing right now. Right now, as far as name-wise, as far as guys that are coming in, and guys that are coming in, guys that are already there, established at the division. See what I'm saying? It's all elite competition. Now these guys just have to weigh out and fight each other so that we can really see who's the best in those divisions, right? Many people say Lomachenko is the best in the division, which you can't really argue that because Lomachenko is established at 135. He's accomplished so much at 135. He does have 2 losses, but one in his early in his career, second fight of his career, and against a hungry, up and coming champion, which was Teofimo Lopez, right? But other than that, he makes guys quit. His angles are impeccable, and you really can't argue that, right? Then you have George Kambosos Jr., a guy that was up and coming, hungry, and showed a lot of heart. You see what I'm saying? Is he the most skilled guy in the division? Definitely not. But he's still a worthy opponent. Then you have Devin Haney, a champion who's defended his belts about 4 times. You know, against who? I mean, people do debate about things like that, but he's still a champion. And he's hungry as well. He's hungry as well. Then you have Tank, a guy that's a knockout guy. You know what I mean? A guy that's exciting in the division that could possibly knock you out. You know, you have Ryan Garcia, a guy that's very fast and a very skilled fighter. You got, I mean, there's so many guys at 135 that are just up and coming or already there. You know, you have Frank Martin, Earl Spence fighter. He looked pretty good, right? Against, who was that? Duno or Bruno, or wasn't that the guy that Ryan Garcia knocked out? You know, he looked pretty good, right? Looks like a new player in the 135 division. You got William Zepeda. I mean, the guy is a monster. You know what I'm saying? A guy that probably will be on top of that division if they allow him to. Okay, taking out prospects like Hector Tanahara, you know, and putting on great performances. Guys that are very experienced, you know, and well on their way. Um, we just need to see more of them. That's it. We need to see more of them. He said, support your local pride champion. Yeah, man. I think Mauricio Suleiman, man, he just misspoke. He misspoke, man. You know, Mauricio Suleiman being Mauricio Suleiman, but and when he said he's a pride champion, I believe that he misspoke. It wasn't nothing like, oh, there's a pride champion, but it's still funny though. Yeah, man. But 135 is heating up, man, and Ryan Garcia coming in for a guy like Isaac Cruz off the back tells me a lot, man. It tells me that Ryan Garcia feels confident in himself now. He feels very confident. He feels like he's on top of the world right now. I mean, he said, I'm feeling so sharp and strong, actually faster than I was before. It's kind of crazy. Can't wait. So he's ready. He's ready to take on the world, right? I'm excited for Ryan Garcia to come back and get back inside of the ring, because he's definitely an elite level fighter at 135. One of those guys that people do want to see at 135. He's one of those guys that, you know, a lot of people criticize and talk about and this and that, and it's a whole bunch of rah-rah around him. Oh, he's an Instagram guy, this and that. You know what I mean? Because he has a large following on Instagram. But, you know, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that he has support. You know what I'm saying? That he has followers, he has people that are checking on him, and that he's a guy that's gonna be well on his way to become a pay-per-view star, right? So when you say things like that, it doesn't make sense, because what we've seen from Ryan Garcia is really in the ring. And from what we've seen in the ring is a young guy that's coming up, that's still working on his craft, and that's what we know, right? If you call him an Instagram star, this and that, I mean, okay, doesn't really matter to him. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't really matter to him. Because that just means you have followers. That means that people are checking on you. That means that you are relevant. You know what I'm saying? You are more relevant than guys that are in the those that have been in the sport for longest times and don't know how to market themselves. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that, oh, this guy, this and that. Nah, but what we've seen, we also did have seen that he's not as disciplined. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that definitely he needs to work on, being more disciplined. You know what I mean? Maybe he just lost some love for the sport or something like that. You know what I mean? Because Canelo Alvarez has come out and he has stated that, look, man, this dude, he's not coming to the gym. We have to text him, yo, we're going to be at the gym, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a good look, especially when you're a young and up-and-coming fighter and you have the number one, the face of boxing, the pound-for-pound number one guy having to text you to go to the gym. It should be the other way around, right? It should be, yo, I'm already here. It's 5 a.m. Where you at? Shit. You know what I mean? That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Be disciplined. Work on your craft, because you're not even 100% of a complete fighter. You still lack defensive issues from the last time we saw you, right? Now, he could have went back and worked on all those issues, but, you know, and now he's 100% ready. So we'll see what's in the future for Ryan Garcia. Next up is also Oscar De La Hoya says, Isaac Cruz, congratulations on your fight with Tank Davis. Golden Boy and King Ryan, we are ready to make you a great offer. Tell your promoter to reach out to us. Okay, well, these are like, I think that they're kind of like stunts. You know what I'm saying? Because when the fuck has Isaac Cruz ever spoke English? These motherfuckers tweeting out in English like Isaac Cruz knows what the fuck they talking about. Oscar De La Hoya is a funny guy, but Oscar De La Hoya seems to be wanting to make this fight as well, even though that this shit is in English, and Isaac Cruz probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? You know what I mean? Congratulations on your fight. But obviously Golden Boy is willing to make this fight. So hopefully that this fight does get made, man. This fight should get made. Come, Isaac Cruz. This motherfucker said, come, Isaac Cruz. Pause. You said I have glass chin. That all I focus is on is IG. You'll find out what I'm made of once you sign that contract. Tired of reading your interviews when you have a contract waiting for you. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Ryan Garcia, I mean, so obviously this is who they're really targeting. This is who they really want to fight, Isaac Cruz, and we'll see if we get that fight. But now, look, Teofimo Lopez, Top Rank, tweets out, what is your bold prediction for 2022? Teofimo Lopez says, I will become undisputed again at 135. I mean at 140, at junior welterweight. The takeover. So Teofimo Lopez is ready to get back up. And, hopefully he got everything under control. And in his next fight should be big at 140. He should have a big fight lined up for him. I mean, Top Rank, we know, has the 140 division on lock. So there's that transition from 135 to 140. We will see. We'll see how Teofimo Lopez comes back out. We'll see. Josh Taylor, we'll see if Josh Taylor is moving up to 147 or will he stay at 140. We don't know, right? We don't know. All we know is that Josh Taylor will be fighting Josh Catterall soon, okay? And Teofimo Lopez is looking for another fight, which I'm sure they already have something in the cards for Teofimo Lopez. Bob Arum probably has something else for Teofimo Lopez. And they've got a plan for him, right? Now, Teofimo Lopez needs to look into maybe getting another trainer, not just his father. Maybe his father may be stepping aside, I feel like he should step aside a little bit and let somebody else train him as well. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, oh, yeah, he doesn't have to be there anymore and be out in the crowd and supporting them. Nah, he could definitely be on the corner. He could definitely be the lead trainer. But they also need somebody else. You know what I mean? Somebody else that's also going to add to them, not take away from them, right? We seen somebody, man, they had a perfect trainer in Joey Gamage. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that writes up the plan and he goes out there and executes, and somebody that's telling you the plan, right? So Teofimo Lopez Sr. needs to really find his role. If he's going to be training his son, he's got to really take that and go with it, right? But he should also bring in an expert opinion as well. He's an expert, but an expert also needs an expert. You know what I'm saying? Two great minds, they can make big things happen, and Teofimo Lopez needs to realize that, and we'll definitely be seeing Teofimo Lopez back. I believe Teofimo Lopez will be a champion again very soon. I think that, with all the things that he's been going through, with everything that's been happening, um, health conditions, personal issues, and things like that. I don't think that it's a question of um, skill. I think it was just a question of what the fuck is going on in your life. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because, like, Rayo Valenzuela said, he said, oh, now that Teofimo Lopez lost, everybody wants to fight George Kambosos. But when Teofimo Lopez was the champion, nobody wanted to fight him. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how the game goes. If you look at who's been calling out George Kambosos, everybody. Why? Because they know this guy, he's not gonna be able to. He's not beating anybody. You see what I'm saying? The dude had 300 pounds of pressure on his chest, and it was still a split decision. And all fighters saw that. You know what I mean? All fighters saw that. They saw what happened. And they know that George Kambosos, his next fight, that's it, right? But we don't know. It's boxing at the end of the day, and it could be your night. It could not be your night. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But Teofimo Lopez says he will become the undisputed again, but at one junior welterweight, and who knows? Okay, so if Josh Taylor goes up, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Who will he fight for? Eliminators and get a chance to get the belts and this and that. You know, there's possibilities there. I mean, you have Jose Ramirez. You have Jose Pedraza, who Jose Ramirez will be fighting. You have Jose Zapata. It's a bunch of Jose's at 140. Okay, Jose Taylor, Jose Taylor, Jose Ramirez, Jose Zapata, Jose Pedraza, Jose. It's a bunch of Jose's up there, right? So we'll see, though, man. We'll definitely see. It's going to be interesting, though. It's going to be interesting. This year should be interesting in boxing. It should be very interesting because of the fact that we have a lot of fighters, right? I just hope that these guys, they step it up in competition, um, fight each other. We want to see the best fights possible, and as simple as that. I mean, you can't ask for more. The best fight possible is being made. You can't. You just can't, right? So we'll see. But this weekend we have Nunes versus Arietta, and that's a Samson Promotions card. Um, what's that say? The Rumble at the Carib Royale. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight card. I guess Samson pulled off and put it on. I guess it'll be on PBC, Showtime, whichever one. But that we got that right. Then we have Joe Smith Jr. versus Callum Johnson, which is pretty good fight at the 175 division. You know, not not the biggest hitters in the beginning of the year, right? Obviously not. So this whole January we're not getting big hitters. We're not really getting much, right? Um, I can't even remember, dude. I think they fight January 15th. I think this card over here will be um, January 5th, 6th, 7th. I don't even know, right? It's not. I'm telling you, boxing has been boring, right? There's no real news. It's really a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? As I'm looking for news, that's what I'm looking for. I see that Gabe Rosado is calling out Demetrius Andrade. Okay, so Gabe Rosado takes to Twitter and he says, Eddie Hearn, let's make a fire fight. Andrade got the belt, and I got the fans. People's champ. he hashtags People's Champ. Okay, so Gabe Rosado wants to smoke with Demetrius Andrade. I feel like that'll be a good fight, man. I'm not mad at that fight if it was to be made. It's a good fight, and knowing Eddie Hearn, he might make the fight. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade, we do want to see the unification with somebody at 168, but if not, Gabe Rosado, he's willing to fight anybody. As we know, for Gabe Rosado, he's a warrior. He's somebody that doesn't back down from nobody, and he's willing to go in and fight whoever and whenever and whoever, right? So that would be something good. Now, I'm wondering, who the fuck is George Kambosos gonna fight? That's my fucking thing now. Like, who is this kid gonna fight? It's very up in the air. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna be a huge story when it does come out, right? That's gonna be fun for boxing, I guess. Who the fuck is he gonna fight? You know, is it gonna be Lomachenko? Is it gonna be Devin Haney? Who is he fighting? I want to know, who is he fighting? Because I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You know, first week you hear, oh, he's already in negotiations with Devin Haney. Then you see people, oh, they scrambling. They don't know what to say anymore. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like Devin Haney's going to get the fight. It looks like, oh, maybe Lomachenko might get the fight because the WBO is planning on mandating Lomachenko to fight George Kambosos. Now, when are they going to mandate? I think it's after April or something like that. That's what I've read. I think it was after April, after March, something like that, right? That's when they're going to be able to mandate. So when will this fight happen? Maybe like 6, 7, maybe at the end of the year, right? We'll probably know the opponent or whatever. I will hope soon. But if we don't, I don't know, right? But it's still up in the air. Who is George Kambosos going to be fighting? Now, you got people that are saying, nah, he's going to fight Lomachenko. Then you got people that say, nah, he's going to fight Devin Haney. Shit, I've already said I think it's more rightfully so if Devin Haney gets the fight. Okay? I think it's more rightfully so. It just makes the most sense, right? If Lomachenko gets mandated, well, then he got mandated. You know what I'm saying? But like I've said, whoever the fuck he picks, he can pick whoever. You know? He's losing to everybody. From what I've seen. Okay? From what I think, he's losing to everybody. He's not beating anybody. He just won't. He just won't. There's no possible way. You know what I'm saying? They see something in him and they know. You know, that's it. You know, this guy, he came in, he has a lot of heart, he's a warrior. But I mean, from other than that, he has skill. Don't get it twisted. He does have skill. But is it enough to beat these guys that are so young and they have skill as well? See what I'm saying? They have better skills than what George Kambosos has, right? I mean, Lomachenko, we know. Devin Haney, he has skill. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta Tank Davis has skill. Ryan Garcia has skill. Anybody of those guys that he picks and he fights, that's it. Thank you for coming, my friend, but that's about it. That's what they got, man. Thank you for coming, my friend. Thank you for the fight, and I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? And we'll probably never hear about George Kambosos ever again. But one thing I will tell everybody is George Kambosos is back in the gym and he's training. So it's looking like he's in there. You know what I'm saying? He's living in the gym. And it looks like he doesn't want to lose. He's not even thinking about it losing, right? He really thinks he's the best. And that's really good. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely be seeing a good fight from George Kambosos. How invested am I in him? How much money would I put up on him when it comes time and I gotta put down my bets? Probably nothing on him. Probably everything on the underdog if they're underdogs, right? Because you know how they work. You know what I'm saying? If they're even underdogs, like I'm pretty sure with Lomachenko, he will be the underdog and he's the champ. You know what I'm saying? And he's the real champ. But they not dumb. Nobody's dumb. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Simple as that. But George Kambosos, he's a player in the game. He's a player in the game. You know what I'm saying? The undisputed lightweight world champion at 135, and he's a player, man. But it's just, does he have enough skill to uphold with those other guys? Do those what is it? You know what I'm saying? And in all honesty, it's just not there. It's not 100% there, right? So we'll see. We'll definitely have to see, man. I'm excited though. I'm excited for 2022. We're hoping for a lot of good fights, a lot of good fights, a lot of good matchups, a lot of good entertaining fights, a lot of fights that are gonna be meaningful, right? This first half, like I've said, this first month, you could throw it all away, all trash fights. And like I've been saying, dog, boxing has been boring for the past 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's been very boring. There's nothing really concrete, and all we see is Ryan Garcia making noise. That's about it, but nothing else. There's been no coverage on nothing because there's nothing really popping off out there, right? So that's just the state of boxing right now. At the end, I mean, 2021 was a good year for boxing. I would say it was a very good year. We saw a lot of great fights. It was a lot of memorable fights that are really good fights. You know what I'm saying? Fights that you could go back and rewatch 4 or 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Definitely. We probably had like 1 or 2 that were like that, right? But other than that, towards the end, it got a little sluggish. You know what I'm saying? It got a little sluggish. But, man, that whole middle part was great. And we would have even had better fights if COVID and things like that didn't happen. But we would have had better fights if COVID and all that shit didn't happen, dog. We really would have had better fights. But we're hoping to see Castaño, Charlo this year, Chocolatito Estrada this year again. Man, those are great fights. Just both of those fights are great fights. You know what I'm saying? We're hoping that we could get Demetrius Andrade to fight Triple G or something. But look, that fight got postponed. The Triple G Murata fight. You know what I'm saying? That got postponed. So now we got to wait. I think they're going to fight again in February. It got postponed to like February or something because Japan went on lockdown. So that we were out of that, right? So that means GGG is not going to fight again until probably the end of next year. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of this year, you know, so who knows, right? So GGG's holding up a belt at 168. 160, and Murata is holding up one at 160. So Demetrius Andrade versus Jermall Charlo. Very simple fight. Well, not simple fight to make, but it's a fight that should be made, right? But they're holding off. They want the big ticket. They want that lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want, man. But it's not looking like it's gonna happen. You got the man going up to 180, 190, bruh. You know, so it's not looking like it's gonna happen, champ. Yeah, you need to get on your shit and start fighting. You know what I'm saying? Jermall Charlo, but it's looking like Gabe Rosado wants to fight against Demetrius Andrade. So if we get Gabe Rosado Andrade, that's a good fight. That's a good little fight. You know what I mean? It puts an actual name on Andrade's resume. You know what I'm saying? I think Andrade beats Gabe Rosado, but we'll have to find out, right? Who's Jermall gonna fight this year? I'm praying that it's not another Montiel. You know what I'm saying? Another guy like that. I'm praying out. Those fights, man, they're no good. You know what I'm saying? They're no good. Those aren't real fights, dog. These are the 2021 was the year of accomplishments. 2020 was the year of accomplishments. People wanted to accomplish things, goals. They set goals for themselves. You see what I'm saying? To become champions, to become unified, to become undisputed. And a lot of people set their goals and they met their goals. These guys, their goals are to get a lottery ticket from a guy that, you know what I'm saying, that he's got undisputed this. He's setting shit up. He's doing his shit. You know what I'm saying? But they waiting for that guy to come and help them out. You know, but that's bogus. That's bogus. Like, you look dumb. You look dumb because at the end of the day, bro, you fighting nobodies. You know what I'm saying? You called out David Benavidez, right? But when David Benavidez started calling you out, this motherfucker said, well, that's it. I'm not calling nobody out. I'm not calling him out again. You know what I mean? Went quiet. Went fucking quiet. You see what I'm saying? How you calling somebody out? How you call somebody out? You saying that you gonna knock his ass out, this and that. And when the dude say, all right, you wanna knock me out? Then show me. You back out. What kind of coward ass shit is that? That's the most coward shit I've ever seen in my life. He said, I'm gonna knock your ass out. He said, still me then. He said, I'm good. He said, I'm good. I ain't gonna steal him. You know, it's simple as that, man. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? You could have went up to 168. You was calling them out. You was calling them out. You was calling them out. Weren't you the guy that said you knock him out? And when he said steal me then, what'd you do? Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they don't want to fight each other, man. And it's sad. And that's why the sport of boxing is where it's at. It's boring. A lot of people say boxing is boring. Yo, people love combat sports. People love people when people fight. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers rather watch World Star than watch these boring ass motherfuckers. And some of these motherfuckers just run around the ring all day. You know what I'm saying? They run around the ring all day and expect somebody to fucking treat them like they vicious or something. Like, you don't get your dumb ass up out of here. You know what I mean? If you want to run marathons, that's a sport. You go to the track field, you run your marathon on the track field, wherever the fuck, you go to the Olympics and run for days, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And keep running. You know what I mean? But that's what makes boxing unattractive. You know what I'm saying? When you got guys like that, man, when you got guys like that they think they so high and mighty and they think that they vicious and they don't even fight when they in the ring. You know what I mean? You run it. These dudes be runners. You know what I'm saying? So people rather watch World Star. People rather go to YouTube and watch fights than to actually watch a fucking boxing fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's boring. You know, that's why Tank, I fuck with Tank because he's an exciting fighter. You know what I mean? You know he could go in there, he gonna knock somebody else out. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Casuals don't give a fuck who you are, who you beating. If you're not beating them in style, if you're not knocking them out, you know what I mean? They don't give a fuck who you are. You see what I'm saying? The casual fan, whatever, they don't care who you got this, you got that. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez. Those are guys that people, like casuals, they would know those guys. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because remember when Teofimo Lopez was coming up, he was doing the Fortnite dances. A lot of kids knew who Teo was, right? He was doing the Fortnite dances. He was being really entertaining. That put his name on the map. You see him on the explore pages on Instagram. That put his name on the map. Javante Tank Davis, I mean, he's marketed pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Even though he don't fight nobody, but he's marketed it pretty well, and he's marketed correctly for knocking people out, right? Which is exciting. And a lot of people are like, oh, he's knocking everybody out. He's knocking all the top guys out. He ain't knocking no top guys out. All them guys went to high school with him and shit. All of those guys went to high school with him and shit. You know what I mean? And then you got Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying, who has like 8 million followers and shit like that. And it's more because of his looks than his skills. But still, though, you know what I mean? The communities that embrace him are more like social media, virtual worlds, I guess. I don't know who the fuck. You know what I mean? And women. See what I'm saying? And they buying those fights, you know? So those are people that are just marketable. You know what I'm saying? They market themselves. They entertaining, you know, and that's what casuals want to see, right? Why do you think that nobody knows who Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford and shit like that really are? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that? Because they don't market themselves. Who the fuck knows them dudes, bro? You go down the street and you talk to somebody and ask them, yo, you know these guys? No. You know these guys? Yeah, I know those guys. You know what I'm saying? How you know these guys? Well, I mean, I seen them on ads. I seen them on social media. They're doing this, doing that, whatever. You know, shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Throw an ad out of yourself. You know, Earl Spence is a little bit higher now because, you know, he be with the rappers and shit like that. So, I mean, yeah, that. But, you know, like Terrence Crawford, man, you gotta do better, dog. You got to. And I get it, a lot of people ain't like that, but still, nobody's gonna buy your fights. It's just off the muscle. You know what I'm saying? You have to be exciting. You have to do that, you know. But it is what it is. To each his own, right? To each his own. I mean, look, you see Canelo Alvarez. He does it all the time. I mean, he comes out with fucking J Balvin, a global superstar. See what I'm saying? A guy that puts many eyeballs on you, right? Just by posting a Instagram story with you at the fight and shit. Now, if you didn't know who Canelo is, you looking at who Canelo is. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Shit like that, man. Look, Canelo was just at a joint with a NASCAR driver. Bro, you know how much them NASCAR drivers, I don't know, NASCAR Indy race, I don't know anything about that shit, but I think he was a NASCAR driver. Or no, Formula One driver. One of them joints. He was with one of them people, right? Formula One or something like that. You know, a top dude. I click on his page, man, he got 7 million people on his shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they see him and Canelo, they chilling, they over there on the microphone and shit. You know what I mean? And now Canelo might have got 500,000 followers just from his fan base, and his fan base might have gave him another 500,000. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of people know them and shit. But market yourself, dog. You know what I mean? And if not, get a marketing team that really knows how to market you. You see what I'm saying? Get a marketing team that really knows how to market you. You know, if you don't like marketing, if you don't like being entertaining, well, get people that are entertaining or that could elevate you, right? But if you don't spend on yourself, then who the fuck what you spending on? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be millionaires. You know, it ain't nothing. Earl Spence be with the little dude, man, with the yellow breezy. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good look for him, you know, because they chilling, they hanging out, whatever. Even though, yeah, we seen the videos of them kissing and shit like that, you know, but it transitions. They fans, right? They fans. They from around the same way. They transition to that. And he's getting followers and fans off of that. And it is what it is, right? But marketing yourself, man. Market yourself in the sport, you know. That's all. That's how you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man, I say, man, boxing, man, it's like one of those sports, dog, where it's like, yo, it's never going to go dead. It can't go dead, right? It just can't. Fighting can't go dead. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to have enough fans for it, but it will never grow. You know what I'm saying? It'll never grow. And that's a problem that I see. Because the only person I've really seen marketing themselves these past 2 weeks that, dog, ain't shit happening these past 2 weeks, right? Is Ryan Garcia calling out Isaac Cruz. Nobody else is talking about, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm about to fight this dude. I'm trying to fight this guy, whatever. Ryan Garcia, the only one that's coming out, he's saying. That's why everybody talking about Ryan Garcia. He's getting interviews. He's talking about this, talking about that. You know what I'm saying? He's getting interviews. He's getting everything out the way. He's marketing himself now. He said, oh, shit, coast is clear. He said, oh, all right, fuck it, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? People now talking about Ryan Garcia. That's all it is. You want buzz about Ryan Garcia. That's all you want to talk about, right? Granted, ain't no news really coming out, so content creators are lacking in any news that's coming out. They don't know what the fuck to talk about. You know what I'm saying? They talking about topics that are old. You know what I mean? There's no really new content. Last year, I would say almost every day you have new content that was coming out because guess what? You know, it's granted still early, it's still the second, the fourth of the month or whatever, fifth of the month, you know what I'm saying? And the holidays just passed. But still though, last year, I remember, man, there's content for every single day. Because things was coming out. Everything was new, man. And shit like that was happening. But it is what it is though, man. It is what it is. It's still cool. And plus, it's gonna keep going down for a little bit just because of the playoffs, the NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl, shit like that. It's still gonna be down a little down. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, man. But hopefully this shit turns around, though. It's still early. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking shit, but hopefully this shit still turns around. I mean, we have to get great fights. You know what I'm saying? We have to. An individual sport, it constantly has to be bringing out new shit. You know what I'm saying? New stuff. It's an individual sport. So, I mean, look, we'll see. We still got Canelo that's probably going to be fighting at 190. We still have really good fighters everywhere across the board on each division. There's still really good fighters. Like, there's still great fights, man. 147 potential fights are crazy. I mean, Earl Spence Ugas. We're gonna get Earl Spence Ugas. And that fight, I believe they confirmed it for like April or some shit like that. Great. You know what I'm saying? Great. That's a great fight. Terrence Crawford is still looking for a dance partner, you know what I'm saying? Becoming a free agent now, he could really talk to others. Maybe Terrence Crawford does get a fight with, I don't know, Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he does say, man, fuck it, let me fight Virgil. But Virgil has an opponent already. So maybe, he gets to fight Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor, if he moves up to 147, maybe he fights him. It's still a lot of things that could go on, right? If Josh Taylor stays at 140, damn, he could probably get a fight with Teo. Well, Teo could probably get a fight with him, maybe, right? Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor could possibly happen. Jose Ramirez. We're going to get Jose Ramirez Pedraza, but maybe Jose Ramirez gets a rematch against Josh Taylor. I mean, there's so many possibilities. Look, 160, we could probably get Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo. We're going to get Triple G Murata. Possibly Gabe Rosado, Demetrius Andrade. 168, David Benavidez versus whoever at 168. If he fights Caleb Plant, maybe fight Caleb Plant, fight whoever in that division, right? It'll be a great fight. 175, Arthur Betterby versus Dimitri Bivol. You know what I'm saying? To unify. You feel me? And the list goes on and on and on. So it's only going up, right? Maybe we get Oscar Valdez Navarrete, Oscar Valdez Shakur Stevenson. You feel me? Shakur Stevenson Navarrete. Maybe something like that. Rungasai versus Quadras. Rungasai versus Quadras. Chocolatito versus Estrada. Stephen Fulton versus whoever. You know what I'm saying? So many possibilities and a lot of names that should be known by now. Especially if you are boxing. If you love boxing, you know what I'm saying? I try my best to inform people that are casual, that don't really follow the sport like that. They do follow a fighter. They do like know fighters, but they don't follow all fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I try to inform people, oh, this and that, this and that. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Let them make their minds up, right? A casual fan is really going to be the fan that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to really take a liking to a fighter. You know what I mean? And that's why they buying their pay-per-view. And that's who you're targeting. That's who boxing is targeting. They're trying to target that casual fan to come to the sport just to watch that one fight. They don't want you to stay. They don't care if you stay or not. They just want to drag you in for one fight. That's it. Think about that. That's it. They don't give a fuck if you stay or not. Nah. They want to just bring you along and watch that one fight because you like that fighter. So that's why. And that's how that goes, right? It's like they don't do shit for people that are hardcore boxing fans. They don't care about you. They could care less about you. See what I'm saying? You can be a hardcore all you want. They could care less about you, bro. You feel me? And that's why you get a lot of people that come to YouTube to listen to boxing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is one outlet that you could really get some boxing information, right? You could really get some boxing information because a lot of the content creators on YouTube, not a lot of them are polished to 100%. Some only even follow a certain amount of fighters. You know what I mean? That they don't really know too much about shit. You know what I'm saying? But they just sit there and they talk, and then the people that love that fighter, they love listening to that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So many different lanes you could go under. You know what I mean? Like I mean, even at you at work, you know what I'm saying? A lot of even casuals, they'll go on to YouTube to check out boxing. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, you know. I mean, ESPN, of course, that's your number one outlet for boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think like ESPN, shit like that is like the number one outlet for boxing, in all honesty. I mean, their reporters, they peoples, you know, they constantly giving you some new shit. Mike Harbinger, all them dudes, you know, even if they wrong and shit like that sometimes, you know, not everything's 100%, especially in individual sports. You know, it's very hard for you to proceed with outcomes and shit like that. It's very hard because they'll tell you one piece of material and then you go and write about it, and then the next day it's a whole different other story, but you ain't even talk to them the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because you already got the information that you needed from that one fighter, and now you went and wrote on that article, and then the next day they come back out and they talking about and they tell another reporter something totally different, and there's a whole bunch of misinformation going on around the air. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people pick and choose in what they want to believe and what they don't want to believe, and how things happen. They you know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard. It's very hard, man. But you know, you just follow this channel and you'll be fine in life. You know what I'm saying? You follow this channel right here and you're probably better off at life than anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. follow this channel right here, and don't worry about the rest of it. Don't worry about anything else, man. But I mean, dog, it's been boring, man. It's like ain't shit coming up, dog. I'm over it. Yo, the only thing that's been fucking that's been going on was Antonio Brown taking off his equipment, his shirt, everything, and saying, man, fuck y'all can keep this shit and got the fuck one out of there. I seen Antonio Brown with Fabulous yesterday and shit. I think he stayed up in New York for a while. But I'm excited though, man. I'm excited for okay, so Joe Smith Jr. will be fighting Callum Johnson January 15th. So not this weekend, but next weekend. And then January 7th, we'll be seeing, unfortunately, this fight right here. Nunes versus Arrieta. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We're probably going to see some talent, though. I kind of like cards like that because we do see some talent that you regularly don't really see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of excited for it. I'm not 100% like, oh my God, this and that. Nah. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? But this is like that Vito Malinecki fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? And in the main event, the guy that they're pushing, I'm saying, it's all right. So hopefully, I mean, shit, I'll probably be watching it. I'll be watching it, man. I watch boxing every single Saturday. Hey, 1 month out, Ramirez versus Pedraza, though. 1 month out, February 5th. That should be a very good fight on Top Rank. Very good fight. And then they saying Sonny Edwards has said that he's been told a fight versus Julio Cesar Martinez to unify their WBC and IBF flyweight world titles is now close to getting made. So whoever this guy, Sonny Edwards, I'm guessing he's from the UK. Yeah, he holds the IBF world title, right? Julio Cesar Martinez, one of my, check the kid out, dog. Check that kid out. He's nice. You know what I'm saying? Julio Cesar Martinez wants to unify with him. You know what I'm saying? Wants to unify with him. He holds the WBC, of course, right? And it's just goals, man. It's goals. The dude that Canelo Alvarez was with, that's from Formula One, his name is Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. All right, Dan Raphael reported and said that there will be a Showtime boxing card in February, but network spokesperson told me it will not be February 19th, as had been discussed. Showtime is doing a Bellator event that night, not a boxing event. Okay. I guess they were probably asking him what the hell was going on February 19th or something. But yeah, man, I mean, other than that, man, it's been boring. I don't want to hold y'all up, man. Whoever's watching, I ain't trying to hold y'all up, dog. Y'all continue about y'all day, man. Keep doing what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep doing what y'all do, man. If you working, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody at work doing their thing. I appreciate everybody that came through, man. Show some love. We coming up on an hour. I ain't trying to hold y'all up for too long, man. Ain't shit really to even talk about in boxing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really nothing to talk about. All we can say is that Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz, they looking to be making an agreement to fight or something like that. They might be fighting very soon. And Teofimo Lopez saying that he will be undisputed at the junior welterweight division as well. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully the fight gets made. Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz, which would be a great fight to watch. Very entertaining. A huge fight for Ryan Garcia coming back from injury, coming back from mental health issues. It just shows his heart. that he does have heart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people question that because of his. A lot of people question that because of his Instagram, you know what I'm saying, videos and stuff like that. But if he gets this fight with Isaac Cruz and he knocks Isaac Cruz out or he beats Isaac Cruz, you know, that's something that the boxing fans might appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Even though motherfuckers don't appreciate shit. You feel me? Nobody appreciates shit, but maybe that's something that people might appreciate. You feel me? So we'll see. And who else? And Teofimo Lopez saying that he will be undisputed. Oh, what's good, Black and Brown, man? What's good? What's good? Said, hey, bro, your background is done. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, dog. You know what I'm saying? But, man, it's hopefully this year it's going to be a good year of boxing. This month is weak, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? January 5th, Samson promotion card. January 15th, Joe Smith Jr. versus Callum Johnson. And after that, I think it's Gary Russell, Magasayo. That should be a good one in January. Yeah, bro. Appreciate y'all coming through, though, man. Showing some love for sure, dog. I'm going to try to be getting on more often. Man, it's just like, I be on YouTube, but then I really don't be on it, man, because I just be working, doing a whole bunch of shit, busy as hell for the holidays. Then I got now I'm getting a little bit more established, but doing a lot of overtime too. So I'm going on when I can, you know what I'm saying, and you know I'll be listening, man. I'll be listening when I can, but other than that, man, I just been busy. I'll probably go live for the live commentary of this Arietta Nunes fight for sure, probably on Saturday if I get a chance to. But man, I appreciate everybody that came through. Show some love, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at P4P Boxing Real News. And we out. Peace.